CAF has just made one of the worst decisions in football, because according to the news, they've just overturned the winning of the AFCON by Senegal and given it to Morocco just because of what happened in the final of the recently concluded AFCON. We all know what happened in the final when most of Senegal players walked off when there was controversy in the game, except for Sadio Mane, who later persuaded his players to come back on the pitch. This has never happened in football. Even FIFA have never done this before. Because what is the point of waiting up to this moment after they've celebrated, they lifted the trophy, and you're now giving the cup back to Morocco after boardroom decisions? That is totally wrong. We all know how controversial almost every game played by Morocco has been in the recently concluded AFCON. Especially in the game against Nigeria, when the Ghanaian referee indirectly was giving every decision to Morocco just because he wanted them in the final. I think there has been a lot of politics around African football. Carragher was right, because at the end of the day, what is all this? This is completely insane. This is one of the worst decisions I've seen in football, because we all know what happened in that tournament. You should have looked at the reason why most of the Senegalese players walked off the pitch, because they didn't do that intentionally. There's something that led to them being able to protest on the field. So they did that as a protest because it was obvious the officiating was very, very bad. It was completely against them in that match. Because looking at both teams, Senegal actually deserved to win that game because they were far, far better than Morocco in terms of technicalities and everything. But CAF actually wanted Morocco to win. It's been obvious. Even when they played Nigeria in the semi-final, we also saw what happened. The Ghanaian referee was giving every decision to the Moroccan team. Every decision. So in as much that Morocco has a very good team, but the 12-man policy was the main problem in that tournament, because it's as if almost every officials handling their games wanted them to win by all means. It's not compulsory that as a host nation you should win the trophy, but even if you want to win the trophy as host nation, you have to win it technically. You have to earn it. You have to play well to really defeat teams to win it, not going through the back door to win the tournament. I won't be surprised in the next AFCON if most of the West African teams decide to pull out of the tournament, because what they've done to Senegal now has proven that even though you have won the trophy, they can say come tomorrow and turn against you if they decide to. There could be serious trouble with the next AFCON after the decision of the CAF to strip Senegal of their hard-earned victory against Morocco, because Senegal actually deserved to win that tournament. They played, they earned it, and deserved to win it. I was really shocked when I heard that yesterday, that Jamie Camara said it, but everybody went for him. But he was actually right at the end of the day, because what is all this? Why will you decide to strip a whole nation after winning the tournament and giving it to second runner-up? People didn't really deserve it, because they didn't deserve to get that trophy. They should have been out in the semi-final against Nigeria. But we also saw what happened when the referee was against Nigeria all through the game. Africans will need to realize that football and policy need to be separated. You shouldn't mix them together, because this is pure politics. Because how can Senegal, after winning the trophy, playing their heart out, technically, physically, and everything, they deserve to win, and they won it on merit. But it was obvious that CAF wanted somebody to win that tournament, which was Morocco as the host nation. I don't know why. Maybe they have their reason for that, but it was very obvious. Most of their games are full of controversies. Let's go back to the tournament and see most of the games they played. Every decision was just in favor of them, even sometimes when they don't merit it. And this could be the end of the AFCON. Because recently, they were even thinking of changing it to every 4 years, because most of the European teams, where most of the African players play, have been complaining that every 2 years they lose their key players at the key time of the season in their respective leagues, because most of them will have to release their players from January to February, from December to January, to go for AFCON, which is a very crucial time in every European season calendar. So it's not even good for most European teams and the players themselves, because sometimes some of the players, when they get back to their club, they find it really hard to get back into the team, because someone would have taken their position while they're away playing for their national team. So due to that, CAF themselves have said they are about to changing the tournament to every 4 years, just like the World Cup, instead of 2 years, just to ease the pressure on those clubs where the players are playing for. Now they've now come to the decision to strip Senegal of the trophy they won, the trophy they meritly won, because they won it on merit. They played, they deserve to win it, just because they protested against injustice that they felt happened to them on the pitch. In terms of officiating, CAF has now decided to strip them of the title and giving it to Morocco. That is one of the worst decisions I've seen in history of football. Because what do you think the Europeans will be talking about African Cup of Nations? They've not been saying it. They didn't even value the tournament anyway. Jamie Carragher said in one of his interviews, where everybody went for him, saying he was disrespecting African football. But it's obvious what he was saying is not coming to reality, because he was right anyway. Because why will you make such decision? Because you are not even tackling the root of the problem. You are now trying to penalize Senegal for protesting against what they felt was injustice. To me, I'm with Senegal on this one, because right from the beginning of the tournament, I made a video tipping Senegal to win that tournament, because I know Senegal has a very good squad and they deserve to win that tournament because of the way the team is being set up and the kind of players they have in their squad. The officiating in that final was awful. That's one of the worst finals of officiating I've seen, because there's no reason trying to make host nation win trophy even when we all know they don't deserve to win it, because obviously Senegal was a better team in that final. But CAF wanted Morocco to win, only goes for their own reason. I don't know why. Morocco didn't deserve to win it. They could have been out since quarterfinal, but almost all the officials have been supporting them in that tournament. In terms of officiating, there's so many controversies up right to the point that they get to that final. Let's not talk about the one against Nigeria. So Senegal have the right to protest if they felt injustice is being carried out against them on the pitch. So they did the right thing. I'm with Senegal on this one, because they deserve to do what they've done, even though CAF felt they should have done that. Because which other would they have protested? Imagine they didn't do that. Look at the penalty awarded. So they have the right to protest if they felt there's injustice happening to them. They can't just wait at the end of the game, because the winner could have run away with the trophy. But so did the right thing. But even if you want to penalize them, why wait till now, like 3 months after winning the trophy? You are not doing that decision through the boardroom. This is one of the worst decisions I've seen in football. Whoever made that decision in CAF should be ashamed of themselves, because Morocco do not deserve to be crowned as African champion with what they did in that tournament, both on and off the pitch.